Good morning, everyone. So I know it's been a while since I live streamed, and I haven't done an early morning live stream in a long time, and I needed to finish getting ready for work. So I thought, hey, I'm just going to combine the two. Sam is still home. He is COVID positive, but he gets to go back to work on Thursday. In the meantime, I still get to wear a mask to work. Amy. I'm going to double check with our school nurse to find out exactly how long I need to wear that mask because I will tell you it is affecting my asthma something fierce. Good morning, Christine. How are you? So, I thought I would just jump on here this morning while I'm finishing getting dressed. It's been a long week and it's Wednesday. Somebody said, well, some of the planets are in retrograde, and I will tell you that the kids are crazy. So, I hope everyone is doing well this morning. So I am at the point of life where um, I am not doing a whole lot of makeup, especially in a mask. I am using eyeliner, and that's about it. The last time I did a full face of makeup was for school picture day, and that was in August. So I know somebody else has said something in chat, but I can't see it at the moment. I will touch base with you in a moment. So I am using Sephora's Ultimate Gel Liner. It is waterproof, and I'm using the glitter eyeliner. I love this eyeliner. I actually one of the I was getting the regular one, and they're like, "Hey, did you know we have glitter?" And I'm like, "I like glitter," and I just absolutely love this particular eyeliner. It goes on so nice, so smooth, and it has been the one that I have been using for months now. And I will say, if you use it, be prepared to never fully be able to get glitter off your face because it sticks. So it's like I get to be a Disney princess all the time because I have glitter all over. And I will tell you that when you tell first graders, oh, I have glitter on my face because I'm a princess, they believe you. So it works out in multiple facets. Put my cap on that, put my eyeballs on, and let's see who's in the chat with us this morning. Cool Gamer, good morning. Thanks for stopping in. So, all right, so this is what I'm wearing to work. I'm just wearing this black short sleeve shirt, and I'm wearing some leggings. It is supposed to be warm today, but quite frankly, when I didn't sleep great last night, and I really didn't relish the idea of trying to be half asleep and shave my legs because I'm pretty sure I would like cut my leg off. So we're not doing that. Safety first, right? So I'll get that done when I've slept. So today is Wednesday. It's Hump Day, and I am ready for the weekend. This weekend is actually reunion weekend for our school. My reunion was last year. Our school only does them every 5 years. So, um, 5, 10, 15, and so on. So this one was my 15. Yay. It's a little crazy to think that I have been graduated from high school 15 years now. It feels very crazy. I am drinking a Celsius. This is one of my morning go-tos, and this one is the kiwi guava. And so I think I'm still going to go to the parade. They have a parade in town. Sam tried to help me out last year if you were a part of the channel then and live stream it, but the connection wasn't great. And then it just did all kinds of wonky things. And I remember that day very well because I we got done with the parade, and then um we we had time before we were going to like do other stuff for the reunion. And Sam's like, I can't find my phone. And I'm like, Well, it says you're connected, so I'm calling it. Like, I unhooked it and I connected it to mine, and there was no answer. Like, it didn't ring in the car. And Sam goes, "I hope I didn't leave it on top of the car." Sure enough, it was on top of the car. So we were quite impressed with the stability of it on top of the car. Like, the car has like those little sides like on the top, like for the luggage rack, so it was like against one of those, but still going down bumpy roads it could have bounced, but it didn't. So we were quite lucky there. So anyway, that is Saturday. Friday is of Sam's first day to go back to work, and we run the gate for the homecoming football game, because homecoming is Friday night. So that will we're actually playing Remington, which is where my cousin goes, but he will not be playing because he is currently injured. But I'll get to at least see them as they come through the gate. I think they decided they were going to go ahead and come because their son will be on the sidelines. But so, and I think we only have to work gate until like the end of the first quarter. What our school does is that if we want a singles pass, like just a pass for the employee, we can sign up and get a free singles pass. If you want a family pass, which means like everybody in your household gets in free, all you have to do is work 3 games throughout volleyball and football season. If there's enough that they need to, they'll roll that into basketball as well. So Sam and I are working this football game, and then we're working 2 in October, and that takes care. We already have our pass. They give it to us at the beginning of the year, and so we can go, to any games that are not like tournaments or league games for free. We just show our pass, and they're like, okay. So we do only get 1 pass. So like, I can't go in and then Sam has his own pass later. We have to go in together. So, but it is nice to like know that, hey, we can pop in and watch a little bit of a volleyball game or watch some of a basketball game and not have to worry about it. So that we have that on Friday, and then it is also payday weekend, so we have all the things that go along with that, like grocery shopping, bills, because you have to adult. And then we also have to do some laundry this weekend as well. Wash up the sheets and the bedding and pillowcases and all that kind of stuff, and so that everything's fresh and clean after being sick. Itch this morning. So, but it's been a crazy week. So it started on Friday or Thursday night. Sam's like, I don't feel good. And he just is like, bleh, all weekend. I think originally he had like a virus. I think like COVID was secondary. And so he tested on Monday. And so when he tested at home on Monday, but he did a telehealth appointment, and they're like, okay, we're going to test, blah, blah, blah. And so they're like, okay, we're going to backdate your symptoms a little bit, and you can go back to work on Friday. They didn't say that he needed to have a negative COVID test to go back to work. I'm the only one who has to swab her nose daily to go to work. So I get up right now because Sam isn't going to work. I get up at 5:30 instead of the alarm going off at 4:30, but I'm awake at 4 because that's normal for me anymore. And I swab, and it's a 15-minute test. So I get up. The ones that we have I got from our school nurse, and you do the swab and you let it sit in the liquid for a minute. Then you use the tube and squeeze all the liquid out of the little nose swab thing, and then you pop a little topper onto this little tube, and then you squirt it into the COVID test, and it looks like a pregnancy test, and it pretty much works the same exact way. uh, 2 lines is positive, 1 line is negative. So I'm like, am I taking a COVID test or a pregnancy test? Like, okay, so I'm still negative, and I've been taking pictures in the morning just to make sure. Our school nurse isn't asking for that, but just in case somebody does ask, I am able to provide that proof that yes, I am negative. I'm not, contaminating anybody by being there. I do have to wear a mask at work, and like I said, I need to touch base with our school nurse to see exactly how long I need to wear that. If I don't have to wear it a whole long time, that would be like absolutely phenomenal. But we will just have to see. So coming up, so I'm doing this now just so I don't forget. I will be live streaming again next Monday. It is a day. It's a day off from school, and it's not a day off from school. And I'll explain how that works. It is a day off. There's no kids that day. Paras do not have to go in. Teacher aides do not have to go in. Teachers do for a half day of training. However, I work 30 minutes. I just cover lunch, so that I cover lunch. Another para covers recess, both for 30 minutes, so that the morning para and the afternoon para for the student are able to eat their lunch before going to whatever they have to do next. So we each have a half an hour. But we have to learn. He is nonverbal, and so he has what they call a talker. And I know that's not the correct term for it, but that's what we call it. We call them as talkers. And they will be teaching us how to use his talker and the correct way to, like, he likes to just flop on the floor and not get up. And so they're going to give us some instructions and help on ways to get him up and moving and going again. And so they can't do it in the morning because the teacher, the SPED teacher and the regular classroom teacher both are in meetings because it's professional development day. So I get to go into work at 1:00 in the afternoon. Go me. Yay. So anyway, that morning, so the 26th, I will be going live at 7 a.m. For a couple hours just to kind of chat and get back into the swing of having a live stream. It'll be Coffee Corner again. And then hopefully I will again start moving forward with doing more consistent live streams again, whether they are on Sundays, whether on Saturdays, whether I continue just to do days off from school. I haven't quite decided yet. Excuse me. If you aren't aware, haven't seen the video, I have been taking a little bit of a break from YouTube. In general, we are still putting out content that we filmed on vacation, and actually that content is almost done, which is really, really weird to say. But with me not doing as much, it's not lasting as long because I was filming 3 days instead of 2. So I've got, let's see, I think today is a short, tomorrow is a short, today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday are vlogs. Oh, I need to put a short in there. Oh, cool. I missed a day. Well, let's just do this then. The nice thing about having shorts done in advance is if I do mess up somehow like that, all I have to do is move them around, add them in, and it fixes itself. So be watching for some more live streams popping up is the gist of that. We did plan to have a Halloween display this year. I'm not sure what is going to happen with that. I know we'll have something out. With Sam being sick with COVID for a couple weekends, he isn't quite as far where he would like to be. So it'll be one of those things where things will get done that get done, and if something doesn't get done, we're already ahead for next year. So that's kind of what that's going to be. Christmas display is not going to be like it was last year. Number one, with us leaving earlier in the year, by almost a full week for Disney, we would no sooner put it up than we'd be tearing part of it down. And the electric has went up after last winter when it was so cold, and they're like, well, we're going to have to spread out electricity costs, to make up for this. The electricity is just a little bit higher lately. So, and besides that, that was a lot of Sam getting up on the roof. And right now, I just don't know. It's not going to be as big this year, but there will still be something. So never fear. So let me know in the chat how you guys are doing this morning. It's a lot about what's going on here. Good morning, honey, from the other room. Number 2, my body won't allow me to. Oh, Christine, you are headed home from Universal right now. Did you have a good time? Did you go to Halloween Horror Nights? I'm going to mute and stop my camera real quick because I need to blow my nose, and you guys don't need to see or hear that. All right, like I said, you guys didn't need to see or hear that. And I used a little bit of hand sanitizer. I have it over here beside me. Halloween Horror Nights was awesome. I've seen so many videos that people are just really enjoyed this year. It was better because last year they still had plexiglass up, and you could tell where the scare actors were because of the plexiglass and the reflections. So people were like, it wasn't that great and we didn't like it. So I'm glad that HHN was awesome. The houses do look great this year. One of the things that Sam and I have talked about for next year for vacation is, do we go? Okay, let me back up and explain why we're talking about this. The co-op, because while I work for Marion School District, I am actually contracted to that district. I work for District 613, which is the Marion County Special Education Cooperative. And that they cover all of the paras and special education teachers for Marion County. So what that means is that my check comes from the co-op, not from Marion. And so because I live in Hillsborough, If they go, hey, Lena, there's a student that moved to Hillsborough that really needs services and we need another para there. And because you live in Hillsborough, we're going to move you from Marion to Hillsborough. It's kind of, instead of the schools being in charge of the paras, the co-op is. So anyway, and apparently it started last year, but they didn't implement it last year, which is really weird. We were all very confused. We get 6 personal leave days per year from August to May when we're out of school. What they're doing is they're giving us 3 before Christmas and 3 after Christmas. Now, it's not required to use them before Christmas and after Christmas, but you cannot take more than 3 consecutive days off. So, Sam and I are like, okay, how do we want to do this? There's several options. We can take a trip in the fall. We can end our trip in December, and that would be our 3 days before and 3 days after. Or continue to do what we've been doing, and my 3 days from before Christmas would be allocated for those 3 days right when we come back from Christmas break, which is always marathon weekend, and save the 3 that I'm allotted after Christmas. 1 for marathon registration, 1 for another run registration, because I really would like to do another run next school year. So, and I'm able to spread them out. And I was talking with Christy about this yesterday, and I don't remember if we were talking about it backstage before Magical Makeup or if it was during Magical Makeup. If it was like a guarantee that the website was going to come up at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I could wait in the queue, potentially get in my registration and go back to work, I would work something out with my supervising teacher and sit in the workroom and be ready to go. If you watched the live stream back in March, April, whenever it was a 3-hour delay. Like the website crashed as soon as registration went live. So it's just better on my end to plan to have a sub that day. And so in looking at past years when they did registration, Wine and Dine registration was in March, and marathon registration is in April, and that will give me 1 more day to take sometime, before the end of school. Because if I don't use them all, I don't get to roll them over into next year. So like I go, oh, well, I've got 1 extra day. I'll just have 4 days before Christmas this year. That's not how it works. I get to keep it, but it rolls into my sick pay. So I have an extra day of sick pay, but I'd rather take the day off and, add it on to something, like whether it be, hey, we're going to have a 3-day weekend of Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm going to take Friday off. I know a lot of the paras will sometimes, when we host the home track meet, some of we only go to school half day. In Kansas, if you go to school until 1, it's considered a full day of school, even though it's a half day. So they will try to run school until 1 o'clock, and then the buses will run and the kids are out of school at 1. So it's considered a full day, but it's a half day for track. So a lot of the paras or TAs that need to burn some time will use that day as a day off, because really there's not a whole lot goes on. It's normally a Friday, so it ends up becoming like a movie day anyway for the students, because they're not really doing much. Like the younger grades are going to do things like their spelling tests or that kind of thing, but the kids are way on because it's a Friday anyway, and then it's a half day, so they're already a little crazy, that kind of thing. So anyway, the gist of that, rolling back to what I was talking about, is Sam and I have talked about going to the fall because we really like going during the fall for, the Mickey's Not So Scary, Halloween Horror Nights, Food and Wine Festival, that kind of thing. It just, with my schedule for work and how my time off has to fall, And it just doesn't end up working right now. Maybe in the future, who knows what's going to happen. We might be able to go during the fall, but for now, we're going to have to live through HHN through other vloggers' videos. I see we have 6 people watching. Good Monday morning. It feels like a Monday. Good Wednesday morning. It is hump day. It is 6:40 currently in the morning, and I have a feeling it's going to be a Lena needs caffeine kind of day. I'm still drinking on my Celsius. I've taken my vitamins. I'm almost out. I have enough to get me till Friday. I'm taking an Equate Women's Multivitamin Gummy. Don't judge me. I don't do well swallowing pills at all. I'm also taking this immune boost that I got last year, and so I'm taking it. And then for extra vitamins, and then of course the Celsius has vitamins in it as well. So I'm definitely getting my vitamins in to help try to make sure that I don't get sickies. Like I said, I have to test every day before going to school, so I am negative so far. We're negative 3 days in a row. We're doing good. So, like I said, I'm going to talk to our school nurse today and see how long I have to wear a mask. Since I am still continuing to test negative, I might be able to get out of the mask. We will have to wait and see. If you follow on Instagram, I'm wearing a mask and my dad is wearing a mask because my dad's 83. And he's like, if you get to be a bandito, I get to be a bandito. So I took a picture of both of us in our mask. And he goes, what'd you do? I go, I took a picture of us in our mask. He goes, who told you could take a picture? And I said, you did. You said I could take all the pictures I wanted. And he said, oh, okay. Okay, so Christine, what was your favorite HHN house? And what was we heard that the icon this year was Little Boo. What did you think of Little Boo? Because to me it seemed very Mickey's Not So Scary instead of, scary. What did you think? So, yes, Little Boo is very confusing. It's like, are you supposed to be scary? Are you supposed to be cute? Like, what is the concept of Little Boo? I want to know. And like a lot of Little Boo has become really popular. And I'm like, and the strange thing to me is that Little Boo is becoming popular with those people who are like, don't give us the cutesy stuff. We want the scary stuff. We don't want it to be like Mickey's Not So Scary. We want to be scared. Oh, here's a cute little pumpkin for our icon. Wait a minute, what? You are making no sense. Believe it or not, if I don't have earrings on, first graders will ask me if I didn't get dressed this morning. I think I'm going to start a book about things that first graders say, but I kind of walked into this one yesterday. So I'm sitting there sorting the visual stories. Hey, Princess Paula Bell, welcome in. So I was sitting there sorting the visual story cards for, it's called Wonders. It's small group reading. And one of the darling little first graders goes, Miss Lena, how old are you? And I said, and the teacher goes, we don't ask people how old they are, especially ladies. So if she doesn't want to answer, it's okay. And I went, no, it's okay. And here's where I made my mistake. I asked, you think I am? Wrong thing to ask. Because her sweet little response was, I think you're 68. Thank you. Thank you, darling little first grader, for that. And the teacher's like, what? And I went, I'm 35, remember? Miss Lena brought birthday treats, and she specifically told you she was 35? And she went, was I here that day? And I went, uh-huh, you were. Remember? I gave you graham cracker, like Teddy Grahams, and a pencil, and a free Frosty coupon to Wendy's. Oh, yeah. So sad. So apparently I look 68. So if I look this good at 68, I'll be doing really well. Christine says, I liked the classic house with the mummy and Dracula. Yes, kids really do say the darndest things. Prince, I got Matthew Gray Gruber's book for my birthday, Rumple Buttercups. Oh, that's good. Teachers are a very, very special people. Cherish them. Yes, Christine. So if you have not watched the videos about HHN, this particular house, and every year it changes. Universal is going through the classic monsters. This one was actually a two-part house. Part one was at Universal, and part two was Universal Orlando, and part two was at Universal Hollywood. So there wasn't a whole lot of Dracula in the one in Orlando. The Dracula was the main focus of Hollywood. But every night there was a different winner, like who won the fight between the mummy and I think the werewolf. I think. So, and they said that each night it can change who wins. It could change. You could go through the house 3 times and it'd be, different. Like it'd be different each time. So I think that really harkens back, at least to me, to the 90s with the choose your own adventure book. Like, so you would be reading through and it'd say, to take a left, go to page 4. To take a right, go to page 8. And so you would, either turn the page to page 4 or go to page 8 and you continue reading, and then you'd have to make another choice. You would and sometimes it would send you backwards depending on what you picked. So like maybe you ended up going left. So it would take you back to page 4 and you'd read it. They were such a fun book, and you could read the same book multiple times again and have different ways that your story came out. I love kids, but I didn't want to be a teacher. I wanted to do something different. I'm sure I'm the first person to go to culinary school. That's so cool that you went to culinary school, Princess Paula Bella. So PSV Odyssey, welcome in. Glad that you're with us this morning. We've got about 10 more minutes before I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream because it will be time for me to head to work. Like I said, next Monday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning Central Time, we will be live again. Hopefully Christy from Christy's Corner might be able to join that morning. Oh, cool. Prince says, I just found an episode of Cooking with the Magic yesterday, which is a really fun little segment that she does. Something to do with Epcot. Epcot's 40th birthday is coming up. Yes, on October 1st. Excuse me. Yeah, I might see a purple dragon friend in there. I am super excited that Figment is coming back to Epcot as a meet. And I don't think they've said exactly when that's going to happen, but I'm very excited for it to happen. Now, will it be Figment with Dreamfinder, or will it be Figment all on its own? That they did not say. They just said that Figment will be coming as a meet and greet in the park. So that is very exciting for those of us who love Figment. My guess, just based on popcorn buckets, that's going to be a really long meet and greet. My guess is that now, I say this purely as speculation. I don't have any inside information as a travel agent. This is my guess based on popularity. I have a guess that what they're going to do is they're going to do a meet and greet virtual queue. I've seen this done before at Universal in 2020 with Meeting the Grinch, where you had to sign up in advance to meet the Grinch. You had a time frame that you could go get in line for, and that's the only way you could meet the Grinch that year because of social distancing. My guess is that because of the popularity of the Figment popcorn buckets is that we are going to see some sort of queue management line for Figment, because otherwise you're going to have the same problem that you did with the Figment popcorn buckets opening day, where you have a massively long line for one thing, and it's going to wrap around and interfere with the flow of the park. So like I said, I don't know. I don't have any inside information. That is purely my guess of how it's going to work. And we know that Disney has used virtual queues for other things, Remy Exotic 2 Adventure, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. And they did a virtual queue for the Figment popcorn buckets after the initial people standing in line for hours. So we know that it's something that Disney can do. Now, will they do it that way? Who knows? But if they used part of the Journey Through the Imagination with Figment, the gift shop area, if you've never went in just through the gift shop area for Figment, there's a lot of things dealing with stuff from the ride. So they could get, and I think that's where they did have some meet and greets in there at one time. I don't know if they still do or not. But they could put Figment there and run the queue through that gift shop area, which also would give them an opportunity to sell merchandise at the same time while people are waiting in line. But then again, you can't obstruct the flow of the ride and that interactive area. So again, this is where a virtual queue would come in really handy for that. So like I said, we will just have to wait and see. So let me know real quick here as we are starting to wrap up. What is something that was announced at D23 that you are looking forward to coming to Disney, whether it's Disney World, Land, one of the parks overseas? Let me know what you are excited for, because I know that there was so much information released that they didn't even release it all. We just found out yesterday, just right after D23, that Magic Band Plus is going to Disneyland. And that's something that they didn't announce at D23. So it's not, we don't get everything at D23. We still get some things that just kind of pop out of the woodwork sporadically. Sam and I ended up, because we were trying to decide if we wanted to get Magic Band Plus, and we have opted for now not to get Magic Band Plus. If we decide we want it, we will probably pick them up in the parks, but they just don't seem to have a very long life before they revert back to just the original Magic Band Plus, the original Magic Band 2.0. And for the amount of money that you have to spend for one, and then the time to add it to your account, and then for all the hype that it had, you would think it would have a little bit of a longer battery life. So right now, it's kind of, to us, it's Magic Band Plus version 1.0. It's going to have some kinks that they're going to have to work out. To be quite honest, I'm surprised that they're releasing it at Disneyland quite yet. I would think that they would release, and especially since they had such a hard time getting them going anyway, they were having to cancel people's orders, refund money, give them free Magic Bands, because they weren't coming in on time. So who knows what's going to happen. We definitely will have to play a wait and see type of game with that and see how it turns out. So thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me this morning. This was the first live stream I've done on my own in quite a while. And it was fun to kind of get ready with you guys and spend a little bit of my morning with you. So make sure to, if you haven't yet, make sure to click subscribe, hit that notification bell. We do have things coming up on the channel. Also, Lena's Weight Loss Diary is a separate channel that I have that is all about my weight loss journey. You can find that in the About section on our link tree. And also, we are fundraising. Well, I am for Give Kids the World. My link is also in that link tree. If you feel so inclined that you would like to donate towards that. Guys, have a wonderful Wednesday. We will see you in the next live stream and have a great day. Bye.